Hi everyone, this is Tammy, your host and owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled Fired Up. I'm not sure if I may have like a groggy voice or not. I just woke up. It's like around 2:30, and it's like about 3:30 right now in the morning. But this is something that just like I woke up and then just was feeling it. So I just wanted to come and do a podcast or whatever about it. But either way, it is time to basically be fired up. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like it is the time for us to get to where God has been calling us. Start doing the vision that God has given you. Start looking at your life through a different lens and not just in your mind on paper, but actually start doing the work. What I have been noticing, and it's just basically like in my own life, I do try to encourage other people that are around me. But the problem that I have been seeing is that they're not as fired up about their vision as I am. And yeah, like it's your vision. You should care more about it than I do. But the problem that I've noticed with that as well is that while I'm trying to help them with their vision, and sometimes it could be just like micromanaging in certain ways. So that's a issue on me. But while I'm doing that, then my vision or the vision that God has given me has been lacking. And with that, you have to at least be somewhat selfish. If you help somebody, help them, but don't overly help them to the point that your own vision or what God has given you lacks. And you have to get that passion back for your business and your vision and what God has given you. Because when it's all said and done, God is going to worry about what you have done, what He has given you. You have your own vision. You have your own purpose on this earth. And it's not saying that you can't help other people, but not to the point where you lack what God has called you to do. Because like I said, once it's all said and done, God is going to wonder, all right, what about the talents that I gave you? He's not going to worry about, okay, well, I seen that you helped this person. I seen you help this person. But what about the purpose that I put on your life? And we have to be just basically fired up for what God has put inside of us. And we have to start going for those goals and those dreams. And I don't care what anybody else has said to you in the past. It's in the past. You have to get past that. You have to get past anything that is negative, anything that was said or done in your childhood. And you have to fight past that and keep going. Because any of those people were in your past and they may have said things to you or about you, for the most part, they're not even in your life right now. So their portion in your life wasn't significant. And you can't let that stop you. What God has placed you on this earth to do is so needed and so necessary that you can't let anything stop you. You have to dig deep inside. I know it's not easy because I know a lot of times when you're trying to go after the dreams and the goals that God has given you, you start thinking about what somebody else said or what anybody else will think. And it's not about them. It's about you and God. And if you block out everybody else and everyone else around you, you will want to fight for it that much more. Because I know like there's a burning desire in you to get that done and get that accomplished. Like just even the point, like I woke up, it's like 2:30 in the morning. And by the grace of God or, just to keep going for that dream and that goal and that vision that God has created for you, you got to keep going. It's like, you might be woken up at 3:00 or whatever in the morning. God isn't just waking you up just to be waking you up for the heck of it. There's something that you have to do. There's something in your heart right now that God is calling you to do, and he needs you to do it. The world needs you to do it. But you can't give up on it. I don't care what anybody else says, anybody else does, or anything. It's about you. It's about you and God. It is something that the world needs. And you might think that it's insignificant, but you don't know what God has called you to do. You don't know the person that God needs you to save on the other side of your yes. So at the end of the day, beginning, whatever, just keep fighting for what you believe in and fight for what God has called you to do. You'll never get there if you stop. You'll never get there if you quit. I don't care what anybody else has said or anything. In my years, there have been so many people that said I couldn't do it, wouldn't do it, or anything, especially even as a child. I was told a lot of things, but it's only by the grace of God that I'm here to give you this encouragement, because you can't let anything stop you. So you have to be fired up for that vision. Keep going. I don't care what anybody else says or anything, even if you have to go alone. Don't worry about everybody else. A lot of people, they'll figure it out along the way. Oh my God, I didn't know that you were this talented and this, that, and the third. Let them figure that out on their own time. And don't worry about likes and all the successes or anything. When it's your time, God will allow all those things to come to pass. But you have to do what God has called you to do, because you will not be able to sleep until you do. You will not be able to feel comfortable in your life, and you're wondering why all this stuff is going wrong or whatever. But it's that vision that God has given you that you haven't actually started working on, that you haven't started putting action to. It's so easy for us to look at other people and saying what they didn't do, but we have to turn that mirror onto ourselves and see what we haven't done that God has called us to do. Because I tell you, it's going to bother you until you complete the work. I didn't wake up at this time in the morning for nothing. So at the end of the day, once I get done with this podcast, I'm about to get to work myself. So, but either way, with that being said, just know that you're going to make it. I know it doesn't seem like it right now. It seems like your vision may not come to pass, but God didn't put it inside of you for it to just lay dormant. Get it fired back up. All that encouragement that you give other people, give it to yourself. All that action that you want other people to do it for yourself. And it's not being selfish. Turn off the social media, turn off the TV, turn off the phone, and get everything done that needs to be done for your business. Whether if it's in your mind, write it down. If it's written down, then put it into action. Just get it done, because you only have one life. You don't know how long we're going to be here, but you're here for a specific purpose and a specific reason. And God needs you to do what He has called you to do and what He has placed inside of your heart. There's something in your heart that you know you want to accomplish, or you know that you have to do. It won't let you sleep at night. You think about it all day. Even on your job, your 9 to 5, you still think about it. Then that's what you should do, and go into that direction. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense to other people. It has to make sense to you, basically. Don't worry about having an audience. Don't worry about all that stuff. All that stuff will come to pass. But right now, it's time to do the vision that God has placed into your life. So until next time, just know you are worthy, worth it, and priceless. Bye.